Hello everyone, Agent from Agent's Funniest Moments here, and I'm using my hand puppet because yes, now, I don't really do videos of me reviewing movies, but since I'm a Dave Pilkey fan, you know I had to do this video. Now, if you don't want to waste your time watching 15 minutes of me just nagging about everyone's favorite super cop, then I highly recommend you go to the community post and watch and see my review there. So today, I'm going to be doing a review of the Dogman movie that just came out today. Well, I actually watched it last night on the 30th because I know my ways. So, I managed to see the Dogman movie one day early before anybody else can on the 30th, and the movie just came out today on the 31st. So now all I need to do is just keep nagging about the Dogman movie until I realize how amazing it was. Okay, it was not amazing, okay? It was not. I'll explain in just a few moments, but here we go. Let's start this review, I guess. So, the plot is basically a... Oh, yeah, and by the way, spoilers, by the way. If you have not seen the movie yet, click away right now. Anyways, the movie is basically a retelling of the first book, but with a few hints of The Tale of Two Kitties with Little Petey, and a little bit of Unleashed. So, you're welcome, I guess. Anyways, the movie is about Officer Knight and Greg the dog doing their daily police things, and then they get on. And then Petey, they're trying to stop Petey. Petey plants a bomb onto the top of a random building, but then they cut the wrong wire. They explode, and then they get sent to a hospital where Sarah Hadoff is reporting live outside the hospital. And then we get our first look at Nurse Lady, which, as you guys already know, well, when I went to see the movie on the 30th, when Nurse Lady came on screen, I shouted out 4KD while I'm screaming, because there's a reason why I did this. The main reason why I just said 4KD when Nurse Lady came on screen is because if you know my Adrian community, you know who KD is. He's that cheeky boy that's always talking about Dogman and Nurse Lady and all that bullcrap. So you're welcome, I guess. And then the two nurses decide to create Dogman, and then you guys all know what happened. If they show the scene where we see Dogman, if they show the scene where we see Alice, Officer Knight's ex-girlfriend, react to Dogman, and she would like probably be screaming, and they would just file a breakup, a restraining order or something. That would have been a bit deep, but it's a kids movie, so obviously we cannot do that. However, I will tell you what happens next after the whole hospital scheme. We get to see a report with Sarah Haloff and Chief together. They actually shared a few moments where they develop feelings on each other throughout the movie, because Hollywood says so. And then, after that, we see Dogman go to his former home where Officer Knight formerly lived. And the entire house got repainted and sold. And yeah, that scene was very deep and dark. I'm dead serious. This movie has some moments where it just almost made me cry. Like, I'm dead serious. I mean, it's just so insane and wild and crazy. Then we see Petey, who finds out about Dogman, and he hatches so many plans to defeat him. Like a vacuum and what's it called again? A vacuum, a dog bone machine, the Make No Bones 2000, I think that's called. Now, I cannot remember. Now, I do know some of the names of the machines that Petey used throughout the movie, but I don't want to go deep further, so yeah. And then Petey escapes jail over and over and over again to the point where it keeps getting annoying. And then while Petey is in jail, we get our first look at Big Jim, played by Brian Hopkins, and he sounds very, very deep. Like, he sounds a bit deep. He kind of sounds like me, except a bit more adult, like this or something like that. Maybe something like that. And Big Jim was only in the movie for 1 minute, but they did a really good job on his voice. So yeah. Dogman always keeps hatching plans to take down Petey, and they did. However, Petey then created Little Petey, which then became a clone, but then became a son for some reason. Look, if you read the Dogman books, you know how it goes. Like, seriously, like, as a huge Dogman fan, I already know what happens. So, yeah, he uses a cloning machine to clone himself. However, he had to wait 18 years for it to grow up. How stinky. I mean, it was stinky for him, but not for me. Anyways, yeah, they really did a good job on all the designs in the movie. Like, seriously, dog. Now, I'm gonna have to skip a bit so I cannot go deep further, but we get to the final battle scene where Dogman and Petey team up to rescue little Petey from a bunch of buildings, and one of the buildings literally sounded like freaking Cookie Monster from Sesame Street. I'm dead serious. Like when I saw that scene where with one of the buildings sounding like Cookie Monster, I literally laughed like crazy because he literally sounded exactly like Cookie Monster. Like seriously, like you if you watch the movie, you could literally hear Cookie Monster's voice. I'm dead serious. Now, let's talk about George and Harold. George and Harold were in the movie for about a few seconds, which was very disappointing. And yes, Harold actually did speak in the movie. Not George, but Harold. Unfortunately, they did not get Thomas Middleditch, which was what I was hoping for. Neither Kevin Hart. They just replaced their voices with some random kid. Yup. Thank you, DreamWorks. Thank you for ruining all of our lives. Thank you. And then we cut just a tiny bit, and then we see a scene where Sheev literally admits that he loves Sarah Hadoff, live on TV, and Big Jim was like, "Oh, like bro, that was weird AF." This movie has some weird moments, but it's certainly fine whenever you think about it. But the weirdest part about the movies where they play Miley Cyrus's "Flowers" of all songs. Like, what the heck, Hollywood? That was a weird song list. Man, I'm gonna just keep nagging and nagging. All right, let's get to the end. Let's get to the end. Anyways, Dogman and Little Petey. Petey becomes a good guy. Well, basically, and then he decides to let Little Petey stay with Dogman, like on select days, which is very nice of him. But then at the end of the movie, we get one last building that they have to defeat, but it turns out to be some goofy odd dance party. It was just like a few seconds of a dance party, and then the movie just unexpectedly ends. Yeah, that's the whole movie. That's the entire movie. What the fuck? So now that I talked about the story, now it's time to talk about the animation. The animation in the movie is very, very beautiful and certainly well done. They took a few notes from Spider-Verse's animation style, and then actually in terms of character movement and dialogue. It's great. It's very good. And they also did a good job on all the scenery, like just like what the art book had to show you. Like and apparently the video that I did where I showcased my DreamWorks Dogman art book apparently got like 10,000 views now. That's crazy. So thanks for the support, I guess. I never gotten this much support in quite some time, and I literally made like 20 bucks on that video. Holy smokes. Anyways, enough rambling. Let's keep going. So anyways, the animation, as I said, was beautiful and very well colored. The animation is actually my favorite part of the movie. Like, I can literally see the picture, like, so beautifully played. Like, I literally was jumping in excitement. I was literally trying to hold all my excitement. And now for the characters. All the characters, the designs of the characters are extremely faithful to the source material. And I really madly respect that. However, the only character that they did not do a good job on was Sarah Hadoff. I know that sounds a bit crazy, but in the book, Sarah Hadoff is wearing a red dress, but in the movie, she wears a normal blue button shirt or sweater or coat or whatever. Yeah, it's a bit of a upgrade, but I'm not gonna complain too much for that. Yeah. And then all the voice actors also did great too, especially the fact that they kept Dogman silent throughout the movie. Thank God, because if I ever heard someone play Dogman, then my ears would be bleeding to death. If the Dogman movie was actually live action, then the movie would suck ass. But thank goodness it was animated because, geez, you love that animation. And yeah, overall, the movie was really, really good. I highly recommend it if you're a Dogman fan. Unfortunately, there are some flaws. Now, the big problem I have with the Dogman movie is the pacing. The movie was really, really fast. Like the movie was going like it was going like the speed of Roadrunner. Like it was like a really fast movie. I know the movie was like an hour and 29 minutes, but it felt like a 25-minute TV special. It felt like Frosty the Snowman as well, like a 25-minute TV special. Like, what the heck is wrong with you, Hollywood? Can you at least just make the movie longer so you can add more stuff from the books? That's another problem that I have with the movie. The other problem I have with the movie is that they need to add some more stuff from like the newer books, like For When the Ball Rolls or Fetch 22. But it's Hollywood, they make their own decisions, and I really don't care. And also, if we turn the page on my Dogman art book, they lied to me. I literally thought that they were gonna put the Dark Knight in the movie because of this art leak. Unfortunately, yeah, spoiler warning, the Dark Knight did not appear in the movie. Dude, I was so disappointed. No Dark Knight? That just made the movie just feel like a 45-minute TV special. What the Okay, for real, bro. That's basically all the complaints I have of the movie. But whatever. It's Hollywood. Hollywood makes their own decisions. I know I said that line like a few times recently, but I really don't care. So yeah, that's basically all I have to say about the Dogman movie. So if you are a Dogman fan, I highly recommend it. But it doesn't matter if you're a Dogman fan or not a Dogman fan. I highly recommend you check it out. So yeah, overall, I would give the movie an 8 out of 10. I would give it a 9.5 if it wasn't for the pacing and I would give it a 9.5 if it wasn't for the pacing and the fact that they should need some more stuff. But yeah, I decided to give the movie an 8. But it was probably either a 7 or an 8, but I'm gonna say 8. It's Dogman, okay? So yeah, overall, the Dogman movie gets an 8 out of 10. And yeah, it gets the Adrian approval. So yeah. But for right now, stick to the Captain Underpants movie. That movie is way better. That's literally a 10 out of 10 masterpiece. I'd rather watch that than Dogman, but Dogman was still a good movie, so yeah. I highly recommend you go check it out. And that's all I have to say about the movie. So if this video gets 1,000 views, then it's canon. I really don't care if this gets 1,000 views. I want money. I'm sorry, but I'm literally so ugly. Whatever. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments down below. I know the comments are going to be turned off because it's YouTube's fault. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys real soon. Yeah. Alright, I'm done with this video. Bye.